Imagine this, you're at a party, it's a good party, you're having fun, and you look across the room and you see what? An acoustic guitar. You've been waiting for this moment. You're ready. Before you could even have the chance, some doof comes and plays Wonderwall. Like it's what? Amateur hour? And you're probably thinking to yourself, man, I wish I learned how to play Vashti Bunyan. I like to work around your mind. Tutorial by Army. That's what this tutorial is for, guys. I think I've really made it a lot more easier to play on guitar without a capo. So even if you're not convinced with all that, there's an easier version when she goes half a step up at the end of this tutorial. And if you're going to be learning that anyways, you can learn it first and move on to this version. Okay, so we're going to start with the chords and then we're going to go into the picking pattern. And the first chord is what I call an extended E. So you have E minor, put it down, slide these two up, and stretch your index all the way to the first fret. This is the first chord. One thing you'll need to notice about the first part of the song is that you're going to have to use these two fingers and keep them together for the most part, and it makes it so much easier. So this is our first chord. We're going to move these two up, put our pinky down on the B string, and put our index down on the E string. That's our next chord. Then we're going to go up and we have this chord, a C5, A5 mark. We're going to go back to this chord, and that's the first part of the song. And let's try and get into this picking pattern. Now for the picking pattern, I like to go down for the rhythm first. And if we can break down for the first chord, the stretched E, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you notice, all these chords are going to have, and that's what we're going to look for to really break this down. So for the E, pick the A, move up, put your pinky down, and we're going to start here. Instead of picking just one string, we're going to pick two, which is going to be our G and our D string. Actually, that's our B, not our G. So then we're going to do the thing we did with the A, with the E. For our C, we're going to do the same thing. We're still going to pick two strings. Instead of it being the G, the B and the D, we're going to pick the D and the G. Only one string. We're going to go back to this guy. So let's try and go through that part nice and slow, with no hammer-ons. But if you can look at the tabs above, it has the hammer-ons, and if you're ready to progress to that, that's perfect. So it's perfect. Let's move on to the next version. And we're going to start with a simple chord. All we're going to do is we're going to put our index finger onto the B, the A string, second fret. So what we do is we hammer on the A string, we pick the G, we pick the D, then we pick the G and the B. So we're going to go up and we're going to play this little chord. We're not going to keep our fingers together for this next part, and I hope I didn't lose you there. And what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our pinky all the way to the 4th fret, keeping this little shape. So what we did was we hammered on to the 4th fret of the E string, picked the D, then picked the G, and back to the D. And then we're going to release that, and that's. So that's your E, your D, your B, and back to your G. So let's just do that whole part nice and slow. And we are done with the intro of the song, I'd Like to Walk Around in Your Mind. We can now move on into what I like to call the verse. And the good thing is that this song only uses all those chords that we learned so far. So we're pretty much home and dry, and we're just going to try and learn how the progression flows. So we're going to start with this chord. And what we're going to do is we're going to play that hammer-on part twice, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go, leaving only our middle onto the E string, 3rd fret, and then we're going to play the chord the way we usually do. And I like to add this little part where you hit the A string once, hit it again on the 2nd fret while bowing, because it's going to prepare us to go to the next chord. And that's the chord that we learned before. And we're going to slide up. And you guessed it, we're going to go back to this chord over here. And let's hammer on. Play back this one. And finish with this one. And we're going to do that about 4 times for the verse. And let's just go through all of that real slow. That was great. So we're at the chorus, and the good thing is that it uses the same chords that we've learned and the same picking patterns. So nothing really much changes, but we're going to extend a few of the chords or how long we play them. So we're going to start with this guy and hammer on here. And then we're going to keep this guy for about 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do that again. So we're only going to play him once, like we usually do, and then we're going to go back to our hum on the 2nd fret. And you guessed it, we're going right back to the verse. And that's how the song circulates for the rest of its beauty. So now let's move on to the time when she goes half a step up. And that's after she played the chorus about twice, I think so. So let's try leading on from there. And the first chord is going to be a bar on the 1st fret. We're going to stretch our pinky all the way to the 4th of the D string and plant our marriage on the 3rd of the G string. So for the next chord, we're going to just lift up our pinky and plant our marriage 2 strings up on the A string, which is F minor. We're going to slide up 1 more step than we usually do, which is just a plus that we don't need to learn a newer chord. We go back to this guy and we end this one and back to this guy. But that's only for the first part. So let's go into the strumming pattern. We're going to start with the shape. So you're only going to pick the A, the D, and the G. And as you know, it's going to be... And that makes it a bit more easier to break down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go up and we're going to play our F minor, 7. And we're going to pick the same strings as we would have picked if it was our chord from way back. So it's the A, the D, the G, and the B. So, and it's the same thing for this chord. We're going to pick the same strum picking pattern as we did for its counterpart. So it's picking between the middle, going up on the B, and back to the G. Hammering on. Same picking pattern. Back to this guy. And when we do that for the second time, all that's going to change is after playing this, we're going to hammer on just like that. But instead of playing this chord over here, we're going to play the same chord from before, but just 1 step up. And then we're going to finish it. I don't really look too much into views, but I do look at our comments, and I'd like to thank you for asking for this video. It was really nice to learn, and I had a lot of fun. And now we're all cool kids. I really think so. For this week, month, I want to post these couple of videos, and if you're interested in any one of them, please tell me. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time, guys. Subscribe and give your softboi some confidence. So there's that too. Bye.